Phil Davis, AncestryLands, AncestryLands.com. This is the story of a person I work with. We'll call her Elena. Elena is a person I work with. And I'm gonna tell you what this video is about before I get into the story, because it's gonna help you understand when you want something in life, or you're looking for a certain outcome in life, you're unhappy with work, and you want to transfer to another job, you want to go to another job. When you get a door that opens up, and you've been having this problem for a long time, sometimes the opportunity for you to take advantage of is not the opportunity that you're going to like, but it is going to give you what you were asking for. The choice is, do you take it? I'm going to go back to Elena. Elena is a person I work with. This is kind of a real story. I'm going to weave in some fabricated things to make sure I'm keeping some of her privacy there. And she's had problems with multiple nurses or staff members at a job that I work in. She's had issues. Now, she's a great worker. She has her things that, do annoyances. We all do. But she's had a particular problem with one person for a prolonged period of time that started way before I started this job. Now, I've noticed it. I've been brought into office to testify or bear witness to some of their very verbal altercations, verbal, and disagreements, and the dysfunction that is an abusive relationship at work. Now, this has been noted by the people in charge. This has been noted by the staff members around. And I'm the only male in this environment. That's the other thing we should put in there. And you would think I would be the one that has problems with it, but actually most of the people that work there have problems with each other and are satisfied that a man is coming to the workforce, the work office, in order to break up the monotony that is everything not a man. The cattiness, the bickering, the attitudes that I have to deal with every single day. And she has been looking for another transfer out of the location to another, another location, another store, if you will, or another clinic, if you will. And she cannot do it because they do not have there's not a large availability of the roles that she does in this current clinic. So she's very limited in options. She's very limited in her opportunity to take advantage of something that she is actively seeking, which is even more confusion when I get to this next part. And the reason why I want you to kind of key into this point is because this may happen in your life too. And this goes into the conversation that I actually had with her. So she finally has it up to here, which has probably been the 6 or 7 times she's had it up to here since I've been at this company for 1 year. And honestly, in hospitals, like they would have both been fired at a hospital, just because of the way that they've handled things at certain times. Although I will say that part of the problem is not getting rid of the problem in the first place. So it's been allowed to persist, and they've been so aggravated at each other, it's boiled out into literally verbal altercations, verbal again. So finally, she now gets an opportunity to go to another clinic near her home, about 11 minutes away from her home. And the problem now is that they love her. She meets the people. It's very nice, beautiful clinic, but it is not as busy as the place that she is now. Now, she's a worker now, all right? Middle Eastern woman. No, not Middle Eastern woman. I'm sorry. Eastern European woman. And she is a worker. She likes to work. She likes to be busy. But now that she's met with something that's distasteful, such as you're not going to have a lot of work because the patient population is probably a third or a fourth of what our current patient population is now, which means she's going to have a lot of downtime. But she will be extremely helpful to this location, and she will get her 40 hours a week. And her first complaint is that I'm going to be so bored. See, we already bring the complaints. And she's talking to me. This is really happening. Literally just happened yesterday at the time of this video. And I'm looking at her like, and she said, I don't know. I don't want to make a rash decision. And I'm like, you've been having this problem for over a year before I even got employed at this job. It has caused you to leave work early, risking your job, your ability to make money and financially support yourself. And you think that because you're going to now wait for the next opportunity when we have a unique clinic here that does not have this many patients. Most clinics do not have 50 to 60 or 70 capacity of patients. They have about 15, 10, maybe less than 20. We've had almost 60 patients at this clinic. Now, again, I'm looking at her in confusion. I'm saying they want, first of all, you're wanted there. You're going to be of help and of use to the clinic, the group at large. And it becomes the list of problems that need to be addressed instead of taking advantage of the opportunity that is there. Now, she's anticipating something she doesn't know, such as I'm not going to be working at this company much longer. We've had other videos on why I'm leaving. And she doesn't know that yet. And I'm talking to her and I'm saying, you ask for something in the world and the universe delivers. So what you're now going to do is start looking at it and trying to weigh out the deal to see if you can look for a better offer. I swear to you, you can't make this shit up. And now it becomes, it's a rash decision to move to another place. It's not a rash decision when you told me before a year ago, there's no opportunities for you to change somewhere. You forget your own complaints. You told me a year ago that you weren't going to be able to go to take advantage of other opportunities. You're stuck here. Now you get an opportunity to be unstuck, and the first thing you do is say, well, it might be a rash decision. I got to weigh my options. What fucking options? You can't go anywhere else. You just got done telling me that a year ago. So again, you got to make a decision now, and you want to leave. Every time I go away for conferences and stuff like this, I come back, this woman tells me how bad it was. And again, I like working with her. We work very well together. We don't let our titles influence us into asking each other for help. Even though sometimes I'm her expert, she's sometimes my expert. She has a wealth of experience. And instead of the people at the job navigating personality issues, they're going to get into team or who's the blame issues. It's us versus them issues. And I'm asking her, I said, didn't you tell me once upon a time that you could not go anywhere? Now it opens up. Well, maybe there'll be another clinic. Yeah, maybe there will be. But maybe you got to get through another year of dealing with this stuff that you forgot that you just had a problem with only last week. Maybe it'll get better. Then, of course, the administration decides to make promises, such as we're going to try to get rid of this person. Yeah, okay, when? I let her know. I said, hey, if you think that they're going to get rid of somebody who has a higher position than you because you got a problem with them, you got another thing coming. I don't expect companies to get rid of a doctor. You can hire a nurse quicker than you can hire another doctor. You think doctors are going to talk to each other in their groups and respect each other's opinions? They are their own group. You don't know that? So what makes you think that you're going to they'll get rid of an administrative person before they get rid of a key player, a keystone player? You think they won't get rid of you if you're not higher than a nurse? They're going to look for ways, this, and this. Let one of her coworkers find out that that's what's going on. She'll knuckle up. She'll do everything she can not to get fired. And they got to build a case, which takes time. That doesn't mean that she's not going to antagonize you in the interim before she gets fired, if she gets fired. And the whole point is that I'm looking at a person who's presented with opportunities and will talk themselves the fuck out of the opportunity. And I'm like, you complained about it. Here the door comes. The universe, God, whatever you believe in, decides to give you this opportunity. You got everything going for you, a place where you could be welcome in open arms. This, and this. You'll get your hours, everything else, and you will decide that it's 10 minutes away from your house. And you say that it might be too rash of a decision instead of the devil that you do know, which is out to get you at every turn. Make this make sense. And this is not a 20-year, you might be saying, well, Phil, that's young women. No, this is a woman well over 50. And I'm sitting here talking to her, listening to her. I don't even know why I'm entertaining this. But again, it's a coworker. Sometimes they come to you for leadership, direction. They've done it many a times, man. As much as I see women talk about men, when a man is there, women look to men for leadership and guidance. No matter where they are, no matter who they are, they will come to you when they are in need. The only problem is, will you listen? Took the opportunity to listen. This woman's never done bad by me. She's made a few slights, but again, it's fine. It's work stuff. And I'm saying to myself, do you hear where you were a year ago? Do you hear where you are? Make the decision when you've gone, how many times have you had problems with this person? More or little? You've had more problems with this person day in and day out. Excuse me. They are gone right now on leave or vacation. And when they come back, you know it's going to happen. This is not a person that one person is identified as a problem. This is a person that many people have had problems with. You think that's going to go away because you're going to give it time, because you've given promises and reassurances. If there is no action, then you're just getting, all you're getting is platitudes. And when they don't deliver on promises, you're going to try to go back through that door to figure out. I mean, this sounds so familiar in life, right? You're going to try to go back to that door seeking that opportunity instead of taking it. So where are you going with this, Phil? And I talked to her and I said, all of the things I'm saying to you now as the viewers. She goes, yeah, you're right. I think I'm going to go. And I told her, I said, if they don't fire her, what do you do? I said, you're now into, do you know the devil you know? Do you know this? Yes, I do. Do you think it's going to get better? No, I don't. Do you think, what if they don't fire her? You think she's going to come? No, I don't. Then what the fuck are you waiting on? Then she comes back to me after deliberating. I think I'm going to go. And then I tell her, yeah, I'm almost out of here in less than a month. She goes, oh shit, now I really want to go. And I said, and again, you're making your decision on false calculations. You should go for you, because she knows once I leave, she's going to become target number one. That's the issue. And I didn't tell her I was going to leave to influence her decision. I wanted to wait until she made a decision. And then she only asked, because she only figured out I was leaving because she knew. I wanted an opportunity to work closer at another clinic. And unlike her, I was not given that opportunity. Having trained at that clinic, having been a resource at that clinic, having worked there when the main nurses are gone, and then there's an opportunity that opens up and they don't even tell me. So I said, you know what? No problem. I got something for your ass. And before that, I went to the company and said, hey, I want a merit raise for all things that I do. I outlined the things that I do, even my own, I would say the boss of the location advocated for the reason why I'm qualified to get a merit raise. You know what they told me? We got to wait for you a year. Okay, you know what? You're going to get something before my year. And that's me the fuck up out of here. Now, again, I can't do that if I do not have a body of experience. I can't do that if I do not have the work experience and the accolades to demand that I can go somewhere else. I didn't leave because of my attitude. I left because of my accolades. So now they have to calculate something that they do not know until I give my 2-week notice. I've given them my year, but I will not give them any more time to be a slave to what they want without getting payment for it. I don't mind giving up my hours for dollars, but you are going to pay me for it. Or I'm going to save myself money on a trip to. And I'm telling you all this because sometimes you got to leave toxic environments. Sometimes you got to take a loss in order to take a win. I'm going to leave it at that, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this. I hope you've even got some laughs out of the way I talk about certain things. But again, folks, you got to take advantage of opportunities, and opportunities will not be the win-win-win that you want it to be. It will not be the increase in pay. It will not be everything that you like about something, but you need to take the opportunity because you don't know if that really is a short door to another door that is your opportunity. You don't know what's behind that door. It is just your door. Phil Davis, AncestryLands, AncestryLands.com. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.